Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon, or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to give you a clearer, more complete picture of how these speak to you and, you know, effectively which way they're kind of, which part of you they resonate most with. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, before we get into that, quick note, on the 20th of March, I will be hosting an intuition activation webinar. So whether you would like to be a part of that, if you want to get, there's a couple of goodies as well that you can bag as part of this. And also we will be going through it. So you'll be seeing this. There's plenty of time for you to sign up. You'll be seeing it and hearing about it over the next few weeks. So stay peeled. Your key to the week is the Strength card. This week I'm not telling you what you'll do, but this week you're very likely to find that something is going to require you to have some staying power. Now this is something that you have naturally, right? The energy of Scorpio is, it has the ability to cling to something, but this week you are gonna, it kind of feels to me like you're having to really stick with something. You're gonna have to stick something out. And remember with the Strength card, this usually literally represents strength or courage. This is you having to stick to something, and it may be something that's quite uncomfortable this week. It might be a conversation that has to be had. It may be an avenue or a direction that you're going in that really suggests that you're going to have to not even put your foot down, but this is you having to really stand your ground with something. And because it's the Strength card, this may be with somebody that you love. It could be a family member, it could be a partner, it might even be one of your kids. There's something here that suggests you are having to stand your ground or hold a line. And this week, that is going to be your biggest challenge, right? This is where you are drawing the line and where you are standing behind that line and saying no further. For your actions and options this week, you have the Two of Swords. So very intuitive this week, right? You have that kind of intuitive energy that is circulating around you. It's coupled with the Strength card as well. So this is a time for you to really listen to your intuition on that heart space level. What is it telling you? What is it saying that you need to do? What is the next step? And more importantly, where is it that you know you need to stand your ground with something? Remember, the Two of Swords has the opposition kind of energy to it as well, which always suggests that you are having to not necessarily battle something, but you are having to assert yourself in some way, shape, or form. And this is trusting that the assertion that you're putting forward is the right thing for you at this moment in time. This is one of those moments, like as Roxette say, right? Listen to your heart. And this is the week that you really do need to do that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Lovers card, which is very nice. Interesting, right? So you've got the Two of Swords, got that kind of duality energy to it. You've got the Lovers card, which has that kind of balance energy to it. There are communications and conversations coming up for you this week that are going to be, and I don't want to say, they're not going to be fraught. It's not going to be like the usual crazy stuff that we've had because of the Mercury retrograde. This is going to be you really standing your ground with a family member, with a partner. For some of you, this could literally be with your boss. There's something that you are not up for negotiation on, which is great, and this is one of the things that took me a while in my business to get to this point. I used to let people kind of talk me down for prices. I used to let them pay when they wanted. Like, it was a real thing for a while. And then I got to a point where I was able to say, no, this is the line, I'm not budging from it, and that's kind of it. And this week, I kind of feel like this is going to be the same for you guys, right? So for those of you that work for somebody else, this is you making a decision when it comes to the work. And it might be one that at the moment, or, maybe even to the outside perspective, maybe it cuts your nose off to spite your face. But the message behind this is, now is a time where you have to choose to put yourself first above all else. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., I really like this. It looks like there's either a new member of the team coming in, and the funny thing is, sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing, but I just get this sense that maybe this person is a little bit scatty. So, you know, they're kind of a bit of a whirlwind, right? And the question that maybe you've been asked by, you know, maybe your partner, your friends, your peers, etc., is like, you know, this person's a little bit of a firecracker. Do you really want to take them on? Do you really want to work with them? And I feel like you feel in your heart that this is a good thing for you to do. So while it might be the unpopular choice or decision, you have to go with your heart. And it looks like your heart is telling you that working with this person is going to be a good thing for you. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, it could be that you are maybe having to even with grown people, maybe you're having to, you know, right, like when we were younger, they would say, I'm going to bang your heads together if you don't stop arguing. This might be the week where you are drawn into something. If you have children or if you have siblings, maybe in a family situation, maybe you're drawn in, and it might be that someone says to you, you know, I'm giving you, you have to choose. And, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, actually, no, I'm not going to choose. I'm going to highlight what both of you are doing wrong, and then I'm going to leave you to it. For your money and materials, you have the Two of Wands. So look at this, right? You've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. Two twos, when they come up together, literally represents an accord. An accord is like a pact, a commonly agreed upon idea or ideal, which appears to be coming up this week. And this for me is about somebody that you're choosing to work with. You know deep down that this is a very lucrative opportunity, and even with, you know, like the you know, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think it's the right way to go? There's a part of you that knows deep down, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, okay, I've learned something. The Two of Wands suggests that this is not only a great step for you, it's also going to be a very lucrative one for you as well. Fantastic. For your physical health and vitality, this literally would be your head, your brain, all of that. If you can find quiet time to meditate this week, absolutely do. If you're not a sit still and meditate type of person, stick on some yoga, you know, stick on some, you know, anything that's going to get you into or out of a certain mindset would be really good for you this week. And if it has to be active, you know, active silence, one of the ways that you can do that is by listening to a guided visualization. One of the ways that you can do that is to put on some music that you find relaxing, peaceful and calming, and just sit and listen to it with your eyes closed. Another way would be to follow, you know, through a video of yoga or Tai Chi. The reason I say movement based would be best is because it's the Two of Wands. This is a very active sort of card. And then for your home and environment, this is going to be a busy one, especially for those of you that are partnered. You and the partner are both busy. There's just a lot going on this week. For your love and relations, you're setting a boundary, right? And this really does come up, and it's with somebody that you are tied to. For some of you, this will be a partner. For some of you, it will be a friend. For some of you, it will be a family member. This is you setting a boundary with somebody that you love and saying, okay, I've heard you. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your advice. I totally understand that you love me and that you care. This is my decision, and this is the decision that I'm making. That's for those of you that are partnered, married, relationships, etc. For those of you that are single, you know, this could be nice. Now, I will say this: if you are meeting someone this week, they are going to be younger than you. There's no age difference. Like, you know, sometimes I'll say to you with certain cards, like it could be that they're older or younger. No, this week it's specifically, if you are meeting somebody, they are going to be younger than you. This person is fun, feisty, vibrant. They are very learned and intelligent. Maybe this person hasn't necessarily figured out what they really want to do with themselves or their lives at this point, but they are definitely going to press some of those sexy time buttons for you. Alright, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. And by the way, for those of you that are in relationships or partnered, the makeup time after breakup time could be very good. After all, it is the Queen of Wands. With that said, take care, have a great week, and I'll see you soon.